Computer. Lights.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. Ah, boy. So I'm back here trying to figure out why my camera is once again over. There's no way to configure it either. It's like locked again. Oh, well. Maybe that'll help. But it has gone, hey, flip vertically. Ah, come on, flip vertically. Oh, well. It'd be fun. I can't get it to. We need a few things. One, it's cloudy and overcast, so I think I'm going to make a routine for cloudy overcast lights because I feel like that's something that we need to do. So I go into my Alexa app here, manage my routines. I take broadcast lights, which is what this is right here. But this light is super bright when that's not bright, right? I'm going to copy actions to a new routine. Call this cloudy lights. It'd be cool if I could get this attached to the weather somehow. But I'm going to, for right now, say and the key light, that's this one right here, needs to be like 50% brightness. There we go. Then I can say, and it depends. I'll explain all about the convention in a second. Hang on, I'm fixing this light. Computer, cloudy lights. 50% is better. Maybe 25%. Maybe just 33%. Let's see. Computer, cloudy lights. See, that's better. It's kind of it's not. Usually the super bright is, well, yeah, but it was at 100% and it looked like I was, I don't know. Anyway. All right. So we had I sold a Pikachu Stitch combo, and then I got one commission, but it was a kid, and emailing the kid to follow up, the kid was kind of like, I haven't heard from him, so hope he's not ghosting me. But I'm not going to do any further on that commission till I'm sure the kid's on the level. So, did do a sketch, and I might actually ultimately paint up the sketch. Just, I mean, do the finish it off. But for right now, I'm kind of like, no. So anyway, But I do feel a little like spun out this morning. I'm kind of like, well, I mean, obviously, we just continue on continuing on. Most people who read the comic or saw, oh yeah, no, it was. Oh, so here's the thing. I felt like it was a great con to sit and talk to people, and I got a lot of good feedback on the idea and the concept of cells. I learned a few things. One, the little box thing that I had set up wasn't a box. I'd set up three plastic signs, um, just like you'd see. They were acrylic, and it was just like the stuff that you'd see on the walls that said, bathroom this way or whatever. But I took these clear acrylic signs, and I'd put a cell in each. And then instead of taking the two screws that go into the wall, I screwed them all together so that it was three signs with a spacer in between the screw. And it's got a really long screw that went on either side of it, so that there was like three plates sitting straight up. And then I put, a background and then Pikachu and then Stitch inside there. And it was cool in that people would, oh, I get it, sort of thing. So what I think I need to do is put lights inside there that light up the cells, and then I need to tilt it back, because sitting on the table, you had to lean down and kind of do this to see it. And so I felt like, but once you did, everybody was like, that's awesome, but I feel like I need the interior light and I need to tilt it back. So I need to build a little structure for it. And then I'm not selling that. I think it's what's going to have to happen. I'm just going to build a framework around it. And then I'm going to tilt it back so that you can see what's going on. I also think that it might be in my best interests to do a couple of things. One, it might be in my best interests to take a tablet with me that can draw to these conventions. So we're going to have to look into. You have a couple of ideas. Good. That's the way it goes. This is why I keep you around, Brent. I'm joking. But no, actually, that's great. Actually, I'm glad that you. Huh, I guess I never really saw the texture of that paper before. But yeah, I think that what I will do is I think I should take a tablet with me on the cells. Yeah. So that I can do the tablets, draw the pictures or whatever on Saturday, go home, print them, and then Sunday paint them and have them sitting on the table ready to go. That might be not bad idea. And for 3-day cons, I could do that, Friday, Saturday, and then Saturday to Sunday, and then have the Sunday ones ready. And then anybody who comes in on Sunday will have to wait until I can mail them out. But I feel like there's a disconnect. People will make the purchase right away, but I don't think they're going there. I think the commission work is going to be a little harder to make that sale, because I feel like once they do, it's $100, and I think people get a buyer's regret as soon as they go home. So kind of like, maybe I need to come up with a different plan. So that's a thought. It's going to be the same thing for the characters, because I can print the characters here, but and I can use the red printer for it, but cells have to be done on a laser printer. They can't be done on a bubble jet, because the heat, the way the heat does the cells, it heats up the surface and roughs it up, so the paint stick to that side. So they can't be done any other way. However, what I'm looking at now is when we go to Wicked West, I should look into other comic-esque pieces that I have done in the past and see if I can't ink some of those up and put those out for Wicked West. So I'm kind of rummaging through and seeing what do I have that would work for Wicked West. You know what I mean? 2 weeks, yes. We've got 2 weeks to Wicked West. I think today I stand. I mean, we only have like an hour before we go. We only have 45 minutes before we go to Geek Tank, but and I will be working after Geek Tank. I'm just trying to figure out what am I doing? Like, for example, I've had this Daughters of the Dragon that I did a long time ago. Here, and I'll show you. I like this piece. I mean, it's ridiculous, but I like it. And it was a good Daughters of the, it's this creepy basement B2. I did this Daughters of the Dragon for a Pummel challenge literally a decade ago. And this might be a fun sell, right? I mean, as a sell, it'd be rather grotesque, but I dig it. And I mean, I need to do a slight amount of like, there's some weird anatomy pieces here that need to be like figured out. But I love her feet and how her feet are like here and here. And I love that this is sort of Dirty Pair-esque. And I need to move this eye over a little bit more. You get the idea. There's bits and pieces that need to be worked on. But I mean, it's a decade old. It's 12 years old. So, but I think that would be fun. And I'm kind of just like rummaging through here. And I'm like, what else do I have? You know, I've got kind of a cool Batgirl, which wouldn't need a lot to get her running in the normal way. You know, I've got an Ivy, which takes forever to load. I've got an Ivy I could do. And, you know, I mean, there's like bits and pieces in here that are cool that would work. Kind of looking around, trying to see what else I've got where we could do that. I don't know if I want to. My X23 has always been like creepy and weird. I like it, but I just feel like it's somewhat gruesome. Not like my Daughters of the Dragon isn't gruesome, right? I mean, there's a lot of gruesome there. So, I mean, that's just a thing. I don't know. I'm kind of going through and figuring stuff out and kind of looking around. I like things like this, though. I mean, this one's like way out of my norm there. It's a Utah Raptor, you know, complete with feathers and stuff. He's a cool little Utah Raptor. He's a happy Utah Raptor, right? Or like, you know, here's a mugshot. Har. Yeah, if you come up here, I'll scritch you. You know that, right? I don't know. Like, what do we think, guys? I think I lack a certain amount of objectivity here. I don't know. I've always loved this piece. Right? I mean, this has always been one of my favorite pieces. There will be this episode in Bellatrix Rising. You know that, right? Where we meet Sarah again, but she's, what are you doing? You can't get in there, you know, right? You know that, right? You know you can't get in there. Goofball. You come up here, I'll scratch you. You know that, right? Okay, whatever. Right? A Utah type background for the Raptor. I don't know. Maybe the Utah Raptor might be fun on a cell. It'd be really hard. But it might be fun on a cell, wouldn't it? Maybe. Something to think about from the people with me. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing strawberry cheesecake. It was fun to do that piece. It was not, it's a little too uncomfortable for me. I don't, that one's not comfortable. The shadow on another level. I'm worried it won't sell. Pistolero. I didn't realize Pistolero I already like rolled up. I already inked her. This could almost be a cool sell too. If we did this layer and then with the tree and the toadstools, and then as a second layer did the grass and these bushes back here, and then left the third layer open to, glitter or something shiny in the background so you can see all the way through all three layers. This one could be a good sell. What do you think? I love my Pistolero. She was a cool character too. I mean, this is a character drawing for me. I think we should do this. We've got a few minutes. She just needs color and um some other, like some small bits. She just needs little bits. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and do that. Because actually the girl with the umbrella was very popular. Like people were really into that particular piece. The composition was good. The composition was solid, so people were into that piece. So we're going to take this ink copy and we're going to call it background. And then we're going to just pretty much erase everything that's here. We're just going to kind of go through here and just kind of do this and this. All right, so we keep that line and this and here too. So we keep that line. And this could be good. We'll bring this up much larger because we just need to wipe out all of this over here. Interesting. Is that coming from the Indian skin? Yeah, it's coming from the Indian skin. That's why. It was a layer check from many, many moons ago. Gotta be careful when I'm in here. All right. All right. Let's go on ahead and get ourselves a pen. Get in here on the G pen level. And we'll hit 10. We think that should be good. Maybe 20. It's a big enough piece that needs 20. And we'll just kind of continue the ground here. Kind of heading this way. So there we go. We'll kind of come around here a little. give a couple of these, whatever they are. There's no need to put much over here because we've got to remember she will cover up a good portion of this left side of the picture. So I don't need to worry too much about it. What I am going to do, though, is go to this level now. And we're going to get rid of the background because now we can actually like move stuff around. And like if she's taking up too much of that side, no, too much of that side, we can move her to one side if we really need to. Nope. I have a really big brush here for this, so I'm going to need to, fine, I'll just go back in and tap back in here. There we go. And then this way, if we really want to, even though her eyes are looking that way, we can do something like this if we really want, right? And then move her over and then give more background space back there just in case we wanted to really open up that middle section. And we can if we want, or we don't have to. Either way is fine. So let's also fix this problem here where we messed up the onion skin and deselect. And then we'll go back out onto the ink layer because I'm noticing this isn't sealed up. And we're going to need it to be sealed up for us to fill it. So I'm going to seal this up here. I'm also going to need to go this way with it as well, just to make sure that it's locked away nicely. And we'll bring it down like so and complete this cycle up here just so that we're good. I'm going to come in right here and just make sure that that tree trunk comes all the way down. Because we can't fill this with color if she's weirdly not sealed, obviously. So, actually, I kind of like that. We're going to seal up all of the pieces here. Oh, now it's actually trying to snow. It wasn't snowing before. It was all right. Hone, you're back from the graveyard. It's good to see you, my friend. Good to have you back from the netherworld or wherever you were. I'm glad to see you. Either way, we're glad to see you. Okay, maybe see I went a little too far over here. So let's kind of clean that up a little. Right, go this way. And then move this way. There we go. Good to have you back. All right. So like I said, now at least I can decide if I want to move her over to give more negative space in there or not, as I see fit. It gives us the ability to do that. So we're going to turn this piece into a cell. Honey. So that's what we're up to. That's the mess that we're up to this morning. This was one of my D&D characters. And so the only thing is we've got to make sure we seal pieces up. Otherwise, when I try to fill this stuff, these light rock things are, where I'm a very light touch on there, look great when in ink, but don't fill well when I try to use the fill tool. It's not sealed up. So like here, just make sure that this is sealed up. Otherwise, that's when I come in here with the tree, it's going to, and of course the blades of grass need to be like so, because they're not they're not going to be, and we just make sure that this is tightened up and there's no holes really. Like right here where there would be kind of a hole, I think. I feel like there'd be a little bit of a hole there. There we go. There we go. Well, I'm glad you're doing better. Every day above ground is a good day. It's like what does it pilots say? Every landing is a controlled crash. Kind of feel that way sometimes about life. Like, well, that was a controlled crash, but hey, the undercarriage is fine. So, not going to complain too much. Undercarriage is another word for landing gear or all the wheels underneath an airplane. It's the technical term for it. It's a carriage, like a horse and carriage, but underneath the airplane. So, undercarriage. It's the one thing about hanging with us, though. Oh, honey, while you're here, boy, you're gonna learn all kinds of weird words. Because I'm a techie guy. I love tech and weird stuff. Truth is, I've come to the conclusion. You're stuck with a half animation, half slideshow, huh? You know, there are worse fates. I like that. Your mileage may vary, but personally, I love the idea of that. All right. We are here. She looks like she's sealed up mostly through here. I had this problem before. I see her arm through here and through here on her cutlass. She has a cutlass. Right. All right. She looks like she's mostly sealed up. Let's check her knee, make sure that's sealed. Looks like that'll be fine. Around that edge, looks good. Around this edge, looks good. I don't see any real holes here. No holes here. There we go. Looking through here. Up through here. These are rocks, so I'm just making sure everything's sealed. Okay, looks like everything's pretty sealed. Wonder what pen I was using. Also, the thing is, since we are doing this project, I'm going to go on ahead and erase my signature from this, and we're going to use we're going to use the chalk stamp. Oh, man. That's one of the drawbacks to animation. I did an animation in college to Dido's White Flag, the song White Flag from Dido. And oh my goodness, I spent 10 weeks on that animation. And I couldn't shake the song for years. I couldn't shake that song. It was horrible. I love the song. I love the piece. Good animation. Okay, here we go. We're going to do the colors. Let's do the colors. No, don't do that, goofball. Duplicate. Duplicate the layer. So we're going to duplicate the layer. And this is going to be top colors. I'm going to do something different than I've usually done before. Let's talk about color groups, groupings of color. Put this up here. because I want to start talking about the idea. First of all, let's get a hair color and skin color for her. So we'll bring that up. But let's talk about, I have a few like, let's get some palettes. Let's make a palette decision on this. Everything has reset. I hate it when it does that. So I'm looking for palettes. And kind of pick some palettes here. I want to kind of get somewhere on this. Right? Kind of want to. I don't have them set up straight. That'd be nice. Oh, here we go. Right. So I love these. Somewhere along the line, somebody said, "Hey, what color series do you see?" Right? And I was like, "Oh, I'm so just screen capping that. I'm sorry, dude." Because these are great, like palette sets, right? I mean, they works perfectly. If I use variations on these palettes, we can come up with kind of a setup here. Let me see what I can do about other things. There's got to be better palettes than that. I adore palettes, but it's one of those things. It's like, got to come up with palette sets for these things. Okay. Not doing well on the palette sets thing. I know I have them. I just don't know where I put them. And I really need to just say, palette sets. In fact, I think I'll do that. I'm going to make a new folder. And I'll move this "what color do you see me as" thing into it. Let's see. First, let's decide what Pistolero has for her eyes. Give her brown eyes. I like these brown eyes. That looks good. So I'm going to go on ahead and I'm just going to put a layer in here. I'm going to just put in a palette dot for that, right? And we'll pick her hair. Let's give her red hair for highlights and stuff like that. We can go in there and kind of touch it up. Her hair is black, so really it should be blue. Like, see how it's blue black up here, or black is gray black? I think I'll go for the blue for the highlights. There we go. And that should help us a lot there. But I also want to think about now color palettes and color collections. I'm not 100% sure. I know where I stuck these things, and I'm just going to spend forever looking for stuff, but that's not the battle plan. I don't think I put any palettes in here. Okay. I know where to look. Not there, but in the Samsung gallery, because then it's the stuff that I actually save. from all over the place. It's a good thing that today is sort of a spin out day because I'm not motivated to do anything. It looks like I'm all over the board. Um, which, it's fine. Can't be everywhere. It's pretty exhausting over the weekend being at the convention. I could also just totally just Raph's skin tone. Think so? I agree. She does seem like she's probably a darker skin tone. So let's talk about, like right here, a dark sienna, maybe, or a medium ochre. Raph's kind of more of an olive, though, I feel like. Isn't that, what do we think here? Like this olive right here, kind of feel like she's probably that, but I kind of like the medium ochre. That's what I'm doing. I'm just totally taking. Thank you. Thank you for. You're my friend, man. You got me. You got my back. Um, she has a native look, but she's not native. She's not indigenous. She only has a native look because it's. Um, you're talking about Raphael. You're not talking about Rafi. I get it now. Talking about Raphael. Trekkie, Trekkie, Trekkie. I thought you were talking about Rafi from Star Trek Picard. I was like, yeah, Rafi. She's got kind of a. I mean, they're not that different in skin tone. But if you're talking about Raphael, yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since I see Raphael. He's got more of a copper tone to his skin, I think. I feel like he's more copper toned. So like in this set of shades right here. So maybe medium ochre or copper. I'd go with maybe copper. I don't know, maybe no, he's not that light though. He's a darker color. Let's go with copper. That might influence us on our um I'm with you now. Sorry, dude. I'm a Trekkie. I'm a Trekkie all the way through the core of my being. I am such a Trekkie. Yeah, I know. I'm with you now. I'm so with you. I just feel silly. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. See if we give her this color. A lot of dots in here. I feel like this is kind of too much on the nose. What do we think? I mean, ooh, Eleanor. Elnor. It's not Eleanor. It's Elnor. Elnor. Let's look at Elnor. Pretty straight up coloring on Elnor. Yeah, I agree. Because he's Maori. I mean, the actor is. So he's got sort of a darker tone. Do you like spoilers? Elnor is one of my favorite characters ever because he hugs everybody. He's like me. I hug everybody. I love hugging people. And Elnor is like, he's super open and super huggy, and he hugs everybody. And I love Elnor. He's coming back. Don't worry. Elnor is one of my favorite characters in all of Picard. So, yeah, but like that's a Maori sort of color. So we could kind of go with like this light ochre. I think that'd probably be better anyway. I feel like that'd be better. Less directly on the nose. Because I really feel like, making her native is like really ridiculous. So let's not do that. Yeah, she's better this way. Besides, I mean, really honestly, you'd have to know the character. She was somewhat exhibitionisty. And so, oh, I don't know. I think they did him well. Personal opinion. But I think I really, that was an unhappy thing. And I liked it. Like, sometimes I really like to be bothered by this. Anyway, trying to get back to what the character here. First of all, she's Pistolero, which is a subclass in D&D. Let's get palettes. Color palettes. There's some trending color palettes, huh? Because I like to kind of sort of pull some colors together, kind of look at what other people think are the things should be, and come up with palettes that match. Using a kind of a color palette group. I use the word limited. Right? Because like there's some limited color palettes that are cool over here. Oh, these are good. Look at these. Look at these. I don't think they did him wrong. I think they did good. I liked it. So, you know what bothered me was Booker. Booker was a Deus Ex Machina, and I hated that. I hated Booker on that one. I mean, I love Booker. I'm gonna save image as not in the Daily Show, but if we go back out to art, I can't see anything. Artists here. And I go into reference. I have palettes now, and I'm just going to save some of these palettes. And we're going to use some of these things, right? Because like we got this guy here. And use that too. That's a web page thing. I hate those web page burly doops. So I'm just saving some of these palette sets because Good night, Hone. It was good to have you on the show for a little bit. We'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, Rafi's reaction was beautiful. But it's Michelle Hurd, and man, she can act. And so she pulls it, and she brought her A game. And yeah, I'm always annoyed by the way that Rafi blames Picard, but that's also real. 14-minute warning. Derp chirps. I'm just looking for some good color palettes that work together, right? Because like these are pretty cool. Ye old trans rights. Oh, that's wrong. But see, Ye to the Ha over here, that's a good color set. Autumn Time, that might be a good one too. Pure Hubris. Not a bad one either. So what I'm kind of looking for. Oh, this is kind of cool. You'll see what I'm saying about Booker when you get to the end of season 4. And some of these are kind of cool too. I'm trying to find a good palette that I can like vintage. Do I want to roll vintage on this? Do I want to roll part-time? Kind of like going kind of some of these palette things. Did I save this one already? Let's see. Yeah, I did. Okay, good. Because this is a good set. We'll do this one too. Oh, we already did that one. Saved a couple of these already. And some big swatches here, which are good. In fact, I'll save some of these too. Even though they're web. Right? So kind of a harmonious set here too. Everybody really loves these web page things, which are really, really hard. Okay, I'm gonna go on ahead and we're just picking a palette today. Pick a palette, any palette. Okay. I'm just going to pull one of, I kind of like the limited palette things anyway, but what if we were to, okay, looking at this guy here, kind of got some of these here. We could go with this orange on olive might be exactly what we're looking for because we've got an orange, but we've got mostly tree around us. So it's going to be cool on that one anyway. This might be the primary palette I want to go for. Kind of going for sort of an idea here. Maybe this Japanese garden. There's your 10-minute warning. Yeah, I think so too. Here's the thing that I like about the way that I don't like it. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it's not a comfortable thing. it makes me uncomfortable that Raffi and Picard are like this. However, um, that is a very remarkably realistic relationship, Raffi and Picard. Um, I feel like that is a very irritatingly realistic relationship between the two of them. No, you can start Trek Talk all the time. We don't do politics or religion now. Well, unless it's in universe. Because we don't want to scare folks away. But I like this orange on olive. Okay, so we're going to go on ahead and come over here. We're going to bring this guy in. But Star Trek is always fair game, man. This orange on olive looks good. I also think I could probably get away with Japanese garden on this, but it seems like they're a little too rich. Right? So probably to go with this, they won't match. Right? But I love this. And I think I'm going to use this one because it uses the same orange. I'm going to use that one for her color codes on like her outfit and stuff like that because that'll match. So this is going to be here. I feel like so I have had in my day, especially with Troy, a lot of arguments that didn't make sense, that were like very, very much like Raffi. Um, you think so? Rios is Castilian Spanish, though. I mean, I don't know if you can hear the difference between those two, but Rios speaks Castilian Spanish. So he's Spanish, like Spain. He's got a very prim and proper Spanish, where she's got Mexican Spanish. I can detect a difference between the two of those, but yeah, the way Rios is, I mean, he slurs and slings whenever he speaks with when he's speaking to them in Spanish, which, by the way, cracked me up because I totally saw that one coming. I'm like, Rios is going Rios is going to talk to them in Spanish. Okay, we got to come up with a brown that matches sort of this universe. And I think I just want this. Well, kind of going into this brown here looks pretty good too. So I don't know. I mean, it doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that, Rios isn't going to be, isn't related, but I'm feeling kind of like I don't know if I like these colors. Let's see here. Because Yi to the Ha has some of the colors that we can use. Autumn Time has some of the colors. I eat crayons. I love the names of these. Abraca Happen. My gosh, Dad. Yeehar. Some of these work. We have grass, so we're gonna need something grassy in here. I get it. We got 5 minutes. I wait for Alexa to tell me say goodnight, Gracie, because that's her cue. There's my signal from Troy. So I'll make sure I have that open. Look to it when we get there. We have no plan for Geek Tank today. I know you're shocked because we always are so confidently planned, and we have our plans, and today we don't. I know you're completely shocked. It never happened. Autumn time, maybe. I don't know. Feel like I still need my browns for this, so that I can kind of get the tree and things like that. There's the call. That's the call, folks. I know you're shocked. I'll see you over on the other side. So, yeah, well, they had time after the military. They had a lot of time after. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Or maybe we'll talk about it at Geek Tank. Who the hell knows? Anyway, thanks for joining me, Hone. Thanks for joining me, Brent. And I will see you all tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And remember to keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye.
Computer, good night.